Caught in the starlight, love takes flight. Enough with your world, we'll be alright. Pixels and polygons, a secret delight. Chris Roberts' vision, an endless night. Oh yeah, yeah. JPEG ships soaring through the sky. We navigate the verse side by side. In this simulated reality, we find a love like no other. In the stars we confide, baby, baby. It's Robert's pegging us with JPEG ships. Star citizen of love takes its grip. Oh yeah. Navigating the verse, our hearts flip. Digital infatuation, our love's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In a world so controlled, we're breaking free. No need for master modes, just you and me. Yogi's trying to shove it down our throats, but we choose to sail our own remote. Oh yeah, yeah. They say love knows no bounds, no color lines. We don't need those chains that confine. Our love's a rebellion breaking through the noise. It's a revolution, baby, hear our voice. We don't need to conform, 'cause our love is pure. No limitations will soar.
Y'all, what's up? I don't think anybody's having a better day right now than me. I don't think anyone's having a better day than I am right now. I'm having a fantastic day. How's everybody doing, man? We normally got a few people here, but hey, look. If you're having the day that I'm having, you know, it's a thing, right? Vindication actually does feel good. Now, one of the things I actually wanted to talk about is because Kenneth pointed this out to me. I skimmed through that letter from the chairman, and I basically saw like, hey, you know what I mean? I basically saw this, and was like, hey, they delaying Squadron 42. So let me look and see where they delaying Squadron 42. There's no reason as to why Chris would be making a letter from the chairman unless he was actually releasing Squadron, unless he was actually announcing the release of the game, right? And a lot of people were actually thinking that, they were going to be releasing Squadron 42 during Gamescom this week. And I'm like, there's no way. Tom, we got Scarred in the building. What's up, y'all? What's good with it? A lot of people thought that they would be releasing Squadron 42 or making an announcement during Gamescom this week. This is not the announcement that I think the Shields were looking for, to be honest. I think the Shields were expecting and hoping that we would be getting some type of announcement, but in this, I'm gonna assume this in so you guys can see it better because I have a big ass monitor, right? Right here, it has been great seeing more of you playing Star Citizen than ever before, with 35,890 concurrent players, right? And this is why I say that they don't want to compete. These are not good numbers to compete, right? Because we all know and we all look at and we can all see the Steam charts, right? And where would this rank? Where would this rank on those same Steam charts? Let's take a look and see. I'm curious. And remember, this is just PC. This is not taking into account console games, right? This is just the Steam charts because a lot of this information is public. We see at the top here, of course, we have Counter Strike. Right, Counter Strike. That's right. Scarred is is Subliminal gonna be moving furniture? Probably not. Hey, so, hey, by the way, Subliminal, I'm glad. Hey, Scar, I'm glad you brought that up. Hey, Subliminal, bro, you might as well stay home with your wife now. There's no need. Hey, Subliminal, there's no need for you to go over to Manchester now. They're not releasing the game, bruh. You can count. You might be able to still cancel your flights because you're more than a month away. You might be able to cancel the hotels. It's more than a month away. You can stay your ass at home and have your anniversary with your wife. Even though she already knows that you chose a video game over her, right? She already knows you chose a video game over her, but that's okay because you can stay your punk ass at home with your wife now, right? I know you probably don't like her that much. It's probably why you wanted to go, but you don't need to go now. You can save yourself future issues in your marriage by actually being a good husband, right? And no pause on that either, Ken. That's literally what he wanted. He was looking. I know Subliminal was looking very much forward to that Odin dildo pegging that Chris was gonna do, right? But again, right, 35,980, right? 35,980. Look at this. Where would this rank? We're not even in the top 20, right? Because number 20 is 58,396. And you got to remember, these have the peaks, right? This is just the average, right? Helldivers 2, even though it has a lot of issues, is still a top 20 game in 2026, right? It's a top 20 game, right? I don't even know what Team Fortress 2 is, but Team Fortress 2 is outperforming Star Citizen. You know, in my last video, I asked Chris to release the numbers. I'm like, Chris, I don't believe anything you're saying, Chris. I don't believe shit you're saying. Give me the numbers, right? There's this game right here. It's called Space War, right? I don't even know what this game is, right? It's number 25. It's top 25, 51,213, right? I hope, can you guys see this well? Is this showing up good on the screen? Do I need to zoom this in more? Because I want to ensure that the people out there can actually see this. I want to ensure that the people watching right now can actually see what's on the screen. Because if you can see this, I want you to be able to see this. Can everybody see good right now? Because I'm taking the victory lap. I've been saying I told you so for years. I've been saying I told you so for years. And now I'm vindicated, right? Okay, so we can see it. Okay, everybody can see. Great. Right? Slay the Spire 2. I don't even know what this game is, right? But this game has 47,038 people playing it currently. Think about it. 47,000 people are playing whatever the fuck this is, right? I don't even know what this is, right? But there's people playing that, right? There is 45,432 people playing a geometry game right now. Think about this. There are 45,000 people playing a geometry game right now. That's pretty good. It's not bad, right? Warframe has 45,168, right? There are more people playing VR chat than there are people playing Star Citizen currently, right? Battlefield 6, right? Battlefield 6 has 42,209. Think about that. That's a lot of people, right? We're not even in the top 30 in the rank of PC games in the arena that CIG wants to compete in. Because remember, Squadron 42 is coming out on PC. In the arena of PC games, we're not even in the top 30. We're not even in the top 30. Terraria. This game has 42,013 people playing it. Grand Theft Auto 5 enhanced has 41,930. Right? Stardew Valley. I don't know what this is. I have no idea what Stardew Valley is. Right? But there is 41,409 people playing this game currently. Currently. That's right, Kenop. They can't even hit GTA 5 numbers and they're scared of GTA 6. Make it make sense. Right? Peak. I don't know what Peak is. Right? But this looks like one of those woke games. I'm just looking at it. There's a goat with horns and glasses. That looks pretty woke to me. Okay. 39,887. Now remember, 35,890, which is not even the correct number because as Kenop has already stated, this is with the increase, right? So really, they're around 30,000 players. Somewhere around 30,000, right? DayZ has 39,311 people currently playing it. Right? Cyberpunk, 35,000. Now we're into the close to where with their increase, right? Now we're around number 40, right? But you got to remember, this is with the increase. Those are inflated numbers, right? Those numbers are inflated. Warhammer 3. Now, you got to remember, Warhammer's been out for a very long time, right? Warhammer's been out for a very, very long time. 34,455. Right? Hearts of Iron. It looks like a World War II game, right? It's like one of those top-down strategy games. 33,873. Payday 2, right? Payday 2. 33,270. Okay. 33,270. Euro Truck Simulator 2, 32,251. Okay. Think about this. Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty, 30,693. Delta Force, 30,586. Right? Chris thinks these numbers are good. Chris thinks these numbers are good. As much shit as he talks, right? About his studio and about what they're doing. Your game is mid, bro. This is the mid area of Steam. It's no wonder why they probably don't have this game on Steam. I understand why you wouldn't put your game on Steam. Because everybody would see the low player counts that you actually have, right? Think about it up here. Counter-Strike. This game's been out since 2012. Nearly 1 million people are playing this game currently. Dota 2. Nearly 700,000 people are playing this game. And the drop-off is significant to number 3. The drop-off is significant. 5M, Grand Theft Auto, right? And really, these numbers from Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced down here, really, these numbers should be added to 5M. You know what I'm saying? PUBG. This game has been out for a while, since 2017. Over 100,000 people are still playing this game. Bongo Cat, Pow World, a fishing simulator. Think about this, right? Think about this, guys. A fishing simulator. How to fish. Has 100,000 people currently playing it. 100,000. Rust. With all the issues that Rust has had, right? We all know what's going on with Rust. 100,000 players. Marvel Rivals. 78,000 people playing it. So you have to ask yourself the question, Chris, is your game mid or is it not mid? Because these are mid numbers right here. These are mid numbers. And that wasn't even during a free fly. You can't even play the game during a free fly, Chris. You can't even do that. Then he goes on to say, Star Citizen 4.10 is an important step on the road to Star Citizen 1.0. I look, do you guys remember how for the past like month I've been saying that there was going to be a point in time in which CIG could no longer make excuses? Do you guys remember when I said that in the video? Guys, tell me, when have I ever been wrong about CIG? When have I ever been wrong about this project? It's like I'm like Conor McGregor, bro. I predict these things. I can predict it. This letter from the chairman has come too little too late, in my opinion, because now is that time, right? And for them to come out and have the gall to say this, we've already have a basic version of instancing in the game via player hangers. Oh, you mean like the hangers where we can see players clipping through? We can see people, we can hear people in their hangers? Chris announced farming gameplay for patch 3.3. Yeah, he did. I remember that. I wasn't there for it, but I've seen people cover that. But the next iteration of instancing brings the ability to stream arbitrary areas and all of the related content on demand in a seamless connection to the main shared universe, along with dynamic server loading. Instancing in 4.10 is the first use case of dynamic server meshing Star Citizen. This is not dynamic server meshing, right? You see, they are trying to get around the idea of what dynamic server meshing actually means. They're trying to get around, they're trying to change the definition. Right? Because they weren't talking about this in 2023. This is some new shit. And by the way, Chris, and to all the shields that may be watching, right? To all the shields that may be watching, dynamic or not server meshing, but instancing has been around. Even server meshing has been around for a long time because PlanetSide actually was able to accomplish this, right? But instancing has been around for like over 20 years, working in games flawlessly for 20 years. Why can't you get this stuff to work? Why can't you get this stuff to function correctly? And I could tell you exactly why you can't, because you and everybody that's working at that studio is full of shit. And you guys have been full of shit. Up until now, each universe shard has a set number of servers, each allocated to a different area called territories internally. So Microtech and everything on Microtech is a territory and has a server to look over. But if too many people flock to Microtech, New Babbage, the static system doesn't have the ability to spin up additional servers and split the simulation load into a singular server in charge of Microtech. Charge of the Microtech territory starts to run slower and slower, which results in a degraded player experience. With dynamic server meshing, we will be able to spin up additional servers as the simulation load demands, subdividing territories into smaller ones. I don't believe this, because nothing that they have done in this game, that they put out tells me that they have the ability to do this. Looking at the fiasco that they had with the Siege of Orison, that they're having with the Siege of Orison, tells me that. And the Siege of Orison, guys, I'm here to tell you, the Siege of Orison is fucking stupid. Right? And I know a lot of people will not like me saying that, but it literally is. Like, let me ask you guys a question. Right? And I want you guys to be honest here, right? They've been selling dropships in this game for how long? How many different dropships do we have in this game? But you're telling me there's a perfect mission set for dropships, and we got to use trains? We got to take a train ride, Chris? We can't use the very things in the game that would allow us to have a dynamic experience. But you got to take train rides in between platforms. And also, if the Ninetales made it all the way from Pyro to Crusader, why wouldn't you just turn off the fucking platforms and let them fall to their deaths? But instead, they established essentially a beachhead on Crusader. Probably the worst place to establish a beachhead, right? Because there's no actual planetary surface, right? There's no actual planetary surface, and they leave everything. They take over the airspace, but leave the trams functional. Does that make sense to anybody? I see holes in that plan. Now, I'm going to be making a video about this, but since I like you guys and you guys like me, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to be making another combat doctrine video fixing the Siege of Orson. I've already been working on it a little bit, working on the rough ideas, but it just tell me what sounds better, right? Instead of we having the Siege of Orson, exactly, the tram, they leave the airport, they leave alone, right? Instead of having the Siege of Orson, I'm going to call it the Siege of Stanton, right? Because the Ninetales has decided that since there's no weapons being sold in Pyro, they need these better components, they need these better weapons, that the distribution centers on Microtech and Hurston are being raided because there's going to be high quality crafted weapons at these places, and there's going to be military A grade opponents and components. And what Ninetales is trying to do is they're trying to increase their weapon stockpiles, right? So they're raiding the distribution centers, and what you have to do is you have to get a ragtag team of people and go in and retake over the distribution centers. Now, what sounds better? What sounds better to you? Like, you can just tell me. If mine sounds bad, you can just let me know. I can handle my stuff not being good, right? I can take that. But what sounds better? What sounds more interesting? What sounds more like I need to organize a strike group and go in and take over the distribution center? Because it'll have some of the same elements. They'll have ground-based radars, right, that you'll have to do seed for, right? So using my combat doctrine, you can see what ships you can actually use, right? You can actually see the ships that you can use and how they can interact and how they work, right? Because everything has a place, everything has a role, everything has a function, right? You guys let me know. Sounds better. Anything sounds better than anything CIG makes up. A wet fart sounds better. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, y'all. Like, what are we doing here at this point, right? But again, I'm having fun on this victory lap because basically CIG comes out every fucking time. Either their server snitch on them or they snitch on themselves, right? Because again, this is the realm where Star Citizen would be at on Steam. Well, see, the thing is, it's not a theme park because the distribution centers are not going to be instance. They're just going to be open, right? You're not going into an instance. You're going to these actual locations that have these different components, that have these different weapons, and you have to fight the Ninetale bosses at these different locations to make the thing green again. And then after a certain amount of time, after people have taken it over and they've made, because once you take it over, right, you can take over the IFF and make it friendly for your party. So now the air defenses, if you have a party of 10 people, your party can fly in and out of the distribution center and not be attacked. So then it becomes a king of the hill where you're now defending that place and that location from other people while you're moving out weapons and components, right? And to me, that sounds better. It's dynamic, right? You're not going to be able to just hold that place infinitely because you're going to be being attacked by NPCs and you're going to be being attacked by players. It'll be like Jump Town on steroids. You see what I'm saying? What else are they talking about here? While a lot of other MMOs have instancing, they don't have the specific kind of instancing that we do. Again, CIG trying to reinvent the wheel that needs to seamlessly interact with a fully dynamic mesh and shared persistent universe, which popped up the complexity level of the technology significantly. No, it doesn't, because other games have the instance dungeons, right? Seamlessly integrated with the world. It's like you go to a location, you go to do the dungeon, you come out, and the world's still there. This is just another fucking excuse. That's all this is right here, right? Now, this is the other part of the thing that I kind of want to talk about, because I kind of skimmed through this shit a little bit as well, right? This is the other part I wanted to talk about right here. I also want to take the opportunity to clear up some misconceptions that I see in the community discussion. The biggest one I see floated is that Star Citizen technical issues is due to engine choice. It is. Star Engine is our engine, which originally started as a branch of CryEngine 3. Since October of 2015, we started taking updates and just have been refactoring and adding to the code base to the extent that there's almost nothing left of the original engine. It's still the same engine though. It's still the same thing underneath. It doesn't matter how much you change, how much of the code you change. The entity system, the renderer, which has hardware, ray tracing, global illumination, now for Squadron 42, a GPU particle system, DNA and facial animation system, audio, UI, networking, replication systems, physics, and all of our gameplay systems are entirely new and bespoke to Star Citizen Squadron 42. In addition to that, a game engine is only a small part of the code and the systems that you need to run a massively multiplayer game like Star Citizen. We have done dozens of distributed online services that run in the cloud and connected to multiple backend databases that all have been managed as one big synchronistic system. But it's still the same system underneath, bro. It's still largely all the same. The switch from CryEngine to Lumberyard was for Amazon Web Services, which is where we ran our servers and platform for many years. Lumberyard started as a full branch of the same CryEngine branch we were based off, so we could switch to with no changes to the core engine side, as Amazon had bought out the rights to that version of CryEngine. Amazon heavily modified CryEngine over the years, which is what people know as the Lumberyard engine, and there was good work in there, but we never took any of this, as our tech roadmap has always been specifically for the needs of Star Citizen Squadron 42. In 2020, we came to an agreement with Crytek that gave us a perpetual license for the branch of CryEngine that we were on for all current and future versions of the game, giving us full control over the use of Star Engine going forward, which you can appreciate. I'm losing my voice, need some water. Which you can appreciate is important due to the investments we have made into our technology. There is no game engine that can do everything we can do in Star Citizen. Dude, your engine can't do the things that you wanted to do. The fuck are you talking about? Your engine can't do what you want it to do. There's also no game that can do everything we can do at the scale and fidelity that we can do it. If that's the case, Chris, then why the fuck are you scared of Grand Theft Auto so much? You see, they say shit like this, right? They'll say some shit like this, but at the same damn time, we'll be like, you get down here, right? You get down here, and they say, hey, we can't release Squadron 42 because of Grand Theft Auto. But I thought you said this right here. So Chris, like, tell me which lie it is. Tell me which lie I need to believe. Because if there's no game engine that can do everything that you can do in Star Citizen, and there's also no game that can do everything we can do at the fidelity and scale that you can do it, compete. Why not compete? Why are you acting like a soft ass bitch? So 6 million accounts and 35 people playing hourly. That's only 0.58% of accounts. That's a small fraction. That should tell you right there, you're not, hey, Scarred, you're not wrong. That is because of the crazily complex and demanding set of requirements to operate. See, this is what they do, right? They sit around and they talk about how hard it is, how hard it is. If it's fucking difficult, find somebody that can do it. Find somebody that can do it. And look at this lie. Every vehicle operates like a real one. No, the fuck they don't. No, they don't. Half of the spaceships in Star Citizen would not fly in real life. They would be like this, and they would nosedive and hit the ground and fucking crash. Right? You literally have ships that are abandoned, like in atmosphere. They're just out there floating in atmosphere. Currently in the game right now. If I were to log in Star Citizen, I could probably fly to an outpost, and I would probably see a ship just floating out in the atmosphere, abandoned, and every vehicle operates like a real one. That's a fucking lie. That's a fucking lie. A complex set of different components that enable your ship to fly and sustain you. Components that you can physically interact with. Yeah, except for, if you have size 3 components, like if you have a Perseus, an A2, any ship like that, if your components break on in during a fight, you can't put new components in. So that's a fucking lie. You can fluidly go from a ground vehicle to a spaceship, take off, fly to a moon. This is the same, dude. This is literally the same shit that he said in the video. He just said this shit in the video, bro. You've already said this. We don't care. We don't care. Can you actually make the game, Chris? This is what people actually care about. Can you actually do the thing that you say that you want to do? And it's looking like, as time goes on, that you can't. Because if you have to come out and say all of this shit, then why are you so afraid? Why are you so afraid of Grand Theft Auto? You're so afraid. You're acting like a bitch, bro. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. And I don't know how anybody else feels about this, but you're legit acting like a bitch. If you're saying all this, you should be like, hey, y'all, fuck Grand Theft Auto. You should be like, Grand Theft Auto can't do what we do. You can't travel between Star Citizen and Grand Theft Auto. Fuck Grand Theft Auto. And this is why, like, I say, like, they need to have a chip on their shoulder, but they're too soft. They don't want to prove anybody wrong. Right? Building a tech stack that can deliver all of this is a crazy investment, both in time and money. Yeah, we know. To put the resource into perspective, our core tech group is 146 strong with 106 engineers in it. This is our engine, tools, and backend and team dedicated to building the tech. Building, right? Look at this word. This is the key word right here, right? I know I'm in the way, so let me move myself over here just for a split second, right? They say building, right? Tools and back-end team dedicated to building, right? So what does that tell you? That they're building, right? If they say that we have built this tech, like past tense, like we've already built it, it's already functional, but they're still building in 2026. The technology that we use, we are very lucky to be able to afford the time and money to invest into creating technology that enables Star Engine. Most developers don't have the resources to do this, which is why you see people licensing Unreal or Unity. They license Unreal and Unity because they fucking work. That's why they license it, because it fucking works. As well as building games with smaller scopes. There was a lot of headlines about Star Citizen passing $1 billion in $1 billion raised over the raised. Oh my God. There was a lot of headlines about Star Citizen passing the $1 billion raised threshold earlier this year, but the reality is building something like requires funding at this level. Again, he's bringing up Rockstar again, right? Rockstar, who are the main developers for GTA 6, has spent over $2 billion in staff and costs in the UK from 2019 to the end of 2025. Why are you like again? You're comparing, right? You're making the comparison. I know this because like CIG, Rockstar has to publish financials on company house, and so their costs are public. But here's the thing, Chris, and I think the thing that you and your fucking shills and whales don't understand is that Rockstar has released five other Grand Theft Auto games, not to mention Dead Red Redemption, not to mention fucking Midnight Club. Rockstar has a history of actually releasing games. Y'all are not the same. So you bringing up the fact that Rockstar has spent over $2 billion is fucking irrelevant because they're making money actually selling games. You're not selling games. Your games, according to you, are not fucking released. And that is the key fucking difference that everybody needs to fucking understand. Then he goes on to say, this is not to criticize them at all. I love their games and their ambition and their commitment to gameplay married to the fidelity and scale is awe-inducing. I am pointing this out because it takes this kind of funding to build games and technology that do the things that you haven't seen before. You can't even build the things that you haven't seen before because none of it fucking works. Exactly, Scar. $2 billion raised from releasing games and $1 billion donated from backers. They're not the same fucking thing. And this is what you need to understand. Okay? And this is what everybody needs to understand. Right? You got to be able to separate these two things. The second misconception I see thrown around is that Star Citizen has a skeleton crew and all the resources and money is being spent on Squadron 42. I want to clarify here that outside of CTG, we have a further 611 staff in development across our 4 studios. For the last couple of years, we have split approximately 50-50 between Star Citizen and Squadron 42. The state of the game does not reflect that. If you have them split 50-50, the people that you have working on Star Citizen suck. Maybe you have your more experienced devs working on Squadron 42 and your least experienced devs working on Star Citizen. That would be the only thing that makes sense. Before that, it was more heavily weighted to Star Citizen. That's not true because Todd Pappy came out and said that he needed more people working on Star Citizen. He didn't have enough people. That's what caused the rift between you and him. Shit for brains. One of the reasons Squadron 42 has been taking the time that it takes is that we are always re-signing resources onto Star Citizen to get the patches out, which pushed back Squadron 40. Now he's blaming Star Citizen. He's blaming Star Citizen as to why. He's blaming Star Citizen as to why Squadron 42 has taken such a long time. Can you guys believe what he's saying here? Do you guys believe what he's saying here? He's literally lying to your faces. In 2023, you told this shit was feature complete. The majority of the gameplay and engineering team spent a large part of 2024 bringing a lot of the features into Star Citizen at the expense of Squadron. Towards the end of 2024, we decided that we couldn't continue as we shifted the balance back. So he's blaming Star Citizen as to why Squadron is not out. This is fucking retarded. This is fucking retarded. Towards the end of 2024, we decided we couldn't continue, so we shifted that back. In the final months of Squadron 42, we split the display is now 50-50, 55% to 45% in Squadron's favor. It's always been in Squadron's favor to ensure that we got Squadron bug-free, polished, and optimized. Because the sooner we have finished Squadron, the sooner the majority of the development staff can focus on bringing Star Citizen 1 to 1.0. having to split time and resources between two hugely ambitious projects is very difficult. This is your fault, Chris. Chris, this is literally your fault. You're the one that decided to make two games simultaneously. You could have made Squadron 42 an instance inside of Star Citizen. You could have done that. Why you're not making Squadron 42 an instance thing that you do in Star Citizen? Then you would have one fucking game. Am I wrong? You would have one game. Like if you're so thinking that this instancing tech is going to be the future, Arena Commander, Squadron 42 can all exist inside of Star Citizen. Remember the days when they said that Squadron 42 would make Star Citizen development faster? Simpler times. Now we just wait on Star Citizen for Squadron 42. Yeah, like this is gaslighting, bro. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. This is gaslighting. This is gaslighting 101 right here. This is exactly how you gaslight the player base. Which brings me on to the last thing, and I've already made a video about this, right? But now that all this shit's into its proper context, we can get on to the real shit, right? At CitizenCon 2024, we would ship in 2026. Our plan to release in Q4 around IAE. But much like the rest of the industry, there's no way that important word right there, I want to launch another important word right there, spiritual successor to Wing Commander, a game that has 12 years of blood, sweat, and tears invested into it. Then he puts in parentheses, we started Squadron 42 development in 2014, as 2013 was opening studios, hiring people, hangar module, Alpha Star Citizen. Launching into the attention buzzsaw of GTA 6, while GTA 6 isn't launching on PC, right? This November, pretty much all outlets and content creators will be all over it, not leaving room for other coverage. Chris is weak. He's weak. This tells me, right? This tells me that Chris does not have a lot of confidence in Squadron 42. Because if you were actually confident in Squadron 42, you wouldn't give a fuck. You went in this thing and you're telling us about how all your tech and nobody can do what you're doing, but you're scared of Grand Theft Auto, bro. You're scared. They are legit afraid of Grand Theft Auto. It's like the fucking boogeyman to them. It's like the boogeyman. We have taken a look at the release windows for the start of 2027 and decided that Q2 provides a better time for Squadron 42 to release. We are allowing a small number of original backers and longtime Star Citizen content creators an opportunity to play Squadron 42 this October 9th and 10th. We will be making further announcements about our release plans during this time and a specific release date shortly afterwards. I know a lot of you will be disappointed in not being able to play Squadron 42 at the end of this year, but it is the best thing for the project. It's the best thing for you, Chris. It's the best thing for you, as it is truly something special, so it needs the opportunity to have the focus of the wider gaming world. I want to wrap this up by thanking you for all your support. If you want to thank us, Chris, give us a fucking flight. Where's the flight model? This letter from the chairman, there's no mention of the flight model anywhere in this shit. He knows he has nothing. This whole 42 event is nothing more than an attempt to milk the high-end backers, the ones with money, because they want their return. Exactly. I want to wrap this up by saying thank you all for your support, of course. You want to say that? I've seen few people question why there isn't a letter from the chairman at the $1 billion crowdfunding milestone, and honestly, I felt I shouldn't. It shouldn't be about the money. Of course. Then why are you fucking still selling spaceships then? As Star Citizen Squadron 42 are much more than a financial headline. But that's the only thing that you can say about them because there's nothing else behind that. You can see from the voluntary financials we publish and invest all the money we raise back into the development of these two games. No, the fuck you don't. You spent over like fucking £10 million on making the studio or making your office building. You didn't invest all the money. He's lying to us. Kira literally went over this, man. Destroy. What's going on, brother? It's been a while. How's everybody doing? We getting some views up in this bitch now, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I'm taking my victory lap today. I've been telling you guys this man has been lying to you. I've been pointing out the lies. You know what I'm saying? If y'all support the content, you know what I'm saying, go and hype my videos, bro, so we can get this shit out. You know what I'm saying? I should be the one getting a lot of views, not Moist Critical, because I'm in the one front lines, holding the line and telling y'all this shit. I lost all my trust for CIG, to be honest. I can't even log in anymore. Not to be grossed out. They spent $10 million on art and cinema in their office. Exactly. I want to say thank you for all the support and funding. With that said, you don't get to play the Squadron 42 demo. Only the ones that can glaze us to large audiences and to make us look good. Exactly. They don't have they're not confident in their product, and that should be alarming to the wider player base, right? That should really be alarming to the wider player base that they are not confident. They don't have any confidence. I hope those two investors on the 30 exercise their right to pull out and get full refunds. That's about £72 million. They should. They shouldn't believe anything that Chris says, because it's all lies. Like if you guys know who those investors are, send them to my channel. Send them over here. I will cut through the bullshit of Chris Roberts. That's what I do. And I've always told you guys that no matter what happens with this game, no matter what happens with this project, I was always going to keep it real. And I've done that. I've kept it real. I've been honest. And I've done this so much to the point to where at one point the Shields were so upset with what I was saying in 2024, right? In 2025, they got my channel demonetized, bro. They reported my channel so much, got me demonetized, only for us to end up at this point. When I said that, hey, they're gaslighting you about master modes, everybody got on my neck, bro. They got on my neck and they was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand game development. And then you get this shit. Your savior right here is a coward. Chris is a coward. He's afraid of Grand Theft Auto. And he has to use every fucking excuse in the book as to why he can't release it. All the while bragging about his tech, bragging about what he's building. Or let me remind you that he's building it. He hasn't built it yet. It's not built. He's still building it in year 14. No, Chris is I'm gonna start talking shit now because I don't give a fuck, right? Chris is more than likely a cuck. He's likely watching somebody else oil up Sandy on the yacht. More than likely. I think it's odd that CIG isn't paying travel expenses for the people invited to the Squadron 42 demo. They don't have the money to do that. CIG has no more than a month's worth of cushioning, and if those investors pull out, he won't be able to pay the lease on the building, which is another reason why I'm 100% behind you on that one, right? But what I'm gonna do right now, y'all, I'm gonna start playing a game that actually fucking works, right? That's built on Unity engine. That's what I'm gonna do. Boom. Let's go. I'm gonna play a game that actually fucking works. I need to get this thing up and running real quick. There we go. We all know that Chris likes it when Zany chokes, and he probably does, to be honest with you. He probably do. Skew. Even turn that down. I'm gonna play something that actually fucking works. Start with the VT7. You pay to watch that. You know, that'd probably be some good funding for them, right? That'd probably be some good funding for them, to be honest. Also, we need to get some size on here. Let's do sights. And let's do... Let me set up my, let me do that, hit this button. Let's go ahead and get these guys locked up here. Do need to get a little bit closer. That guy's getting outside of my limits here. Playing some shit that actually works. Fin here. That one's not catching me. Thank you for stopping in, Scar. We appreciate that, as always. Yeah, those aren't gonna hit me. They're too far away. The RTB then. Before I do, I'm gonna shoot this fucking helicopter. Let's go land. I'm gonna probably switch to the F-16. If you guys are a fan of flight games, this game is really good. And it's not like DCS. It's not even like War Thunder, I think. I think this flight model's a little bit more forgiving, but it has like a lot of depth and skill involved in it. And the game's only like $20 or less than $20.
Raise gear.
And a lot of the jets in this game are faster than the ships in Star Citizen, to be honest. Are you back home yet, Kenneth? I was thinking about opening up like a hotline so people can call in and like vent their frustration about Star Citizen. Oh my god, it would be a dream. It would be closer to the old flight model, but better. Because the thing about like, I was trying to place like where, you know, Star Citizen's flight model like feels bad. And for me, like it's hard for me to fly with anticipation with master modes. Right? It's hard for me to fly with that kind of anticipation because of just how piss poor the flight model feels. Like when you, like this game, like I'm cheesing it right now, right? Because I have mods on, but even with the mods, that doesn't equate to the game actually being easier. A lot of times, mods can actually make it harder because you put a bunch of weapons on your ship. They still cost you money, and a lot of these weapons will actually weigh your jet down. So you have to make sure that your total weight isn't overboard, or else your ship will or your jet will become too cumbersome to fly, and sometimes it could just break the wings. So like even with mods, it's still not easy. And some of these fights will still take you, you know, hours to do. Leonardo. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and lock these guys up. Try to give them some size. And me and Kemp are actually making a couple of missions for this game too. But one of them's like really fucking laggy because there's a big like naval battle. Alright, we just need to get them in the no escape zone. So here, right, missiles actually do missile things. They actually operate more like missiles in real life. And here, like, getting them in this like no escape zone means that they have less of a chance to actually dodge that missile, which is how you want to have your launch parameters set up. Pretty sure I've been shot at. Those missiles are coming directly for me, maybe, right? Or are they going towards that convoy? That missile's coming for me. But this flight model allows you to fly with so much more anticipation, which is something that you actually need. No, it's just nuclear option. But I do think this could be potentially a DCS gateway drug, though. Can't get these guys on radar. I do have a cricket that's next to me. Where is he? Where is he? He's got tone. Fox 3. Down. Oop. I have something on my 6 here. It's TA-30. On my 6, I'm gonna get low here. I want to build some speed. He turned away. That was a mistake. We got tone. Fox 2. Down. Fox 3 on these guys. I missed one of them because the missile didn't have enough angle to turn. Tarantula's down. Well, that's one of the biggest problems with Star Citizen is the missile ranges are too close. I know this is kind of close. Oh yeah, it's too close. It's too close. Let me... missed. But I got those guys on radar now. See right here, the jet is kind of sliding in the air right now, right? I'm using the control surfaces to make this tight turn. I need more close range missiles, so I actually need to go RTB. And I've also been shot at. So there's also that. I mean, I could get some distance here and possibly hit this guy with a scimitar, but I'm kind of close. I need to make it like a straight shot to where the missile doesn't need to turn as much. Still kind of close. He got shot at. I can hit him though. Pretty sure I can hit him. Yeah, those scimitars can't turn that well at close range. The devs don't even play flight sims. Well, apparently Yogi flies glide planes, but it's not the same as flying like a jet. That's why he wants like that kind of slow combat. But every fighter in Star Citizen should operate more like a jet fighter than it does a prop plane. And that's one of the biggest issues in the flight model, which is why I made a combat doctrine, guys. You guys should really go watch my combat doctrine, and you'll just see how broken the flight and combat is in Star Citizen. I need to take out the convoys, and I need to take out those ships. There is a little bit of an issue with this game right now when you're doing multiplayer, like, because me and Ken actually play the game together a lot, and it seems like there's a client to client, because they have their own service for this game, but if you want to play the game with your friends, like, there is this client to client kind of like desync that happens the longer you play the game, the longer the match goes on. So we're trying to figure out a way around that so we can actually play this game with the community, because that's essentially what I want to do is playing the game with you guys and creating missions and having fun, making gaming fun again. Imagine, right? Imagine that you can come in, you can have a match that has a lot of depth, a lot of skill to it, and you can play for a couple hours with the boys, and that entire time it's non-stop action. You know, that's essentially what we want to create. But there's just a little bit of issues, especially with the mods and stuff like that. But overall, there are less bugs in this than Star Citizen. So and again, the flight models is very, very approachable. Like, you don't have to set trim, you don't have to do any of that stuff. I need to get high to release this missile, because a lot of times You know, this game mode allows you to fly with such great anticipation. I'm gonna get a little bit closer to shoot these though. Get around 15 miles or closer. That way I have time to defend. Shoot on you to defend. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, we got him. It's one dead ship. That's what we like. I need to get this little cluster over here too. While I'm over here, might as well. And like I have like over 300 hours in this game already. Oh, this might be close. Oh, it hit the mountain. Good. About to say they didn't survive that shit. All right, let's do some air to air. We got revokers up now. Fox 3. Fox 3. Yep. These are gonna be close. Oh, one for flares. Good, 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 good. What is that? FS-20. No escape zone. Good launch parameters. Alright, I need to go back to base and get a sortie because I need to take out those ships. The way the Star Citizen is like you, if you're in a ground vehicle, you have like a big advantage, right? If you're just on ground in general, because the boom tubes are too powerful. Did that shit miss? FS-20 is a little bit hard to hit. I might have hit him with the scimitar. Real quick. Oh, did I actually get him? Look, he's on fire. Yeah, he's dead. Somebody got him. Yeah, but like if you're in Star Citizen, like you don't have any ability to really kill people on the ground with bombs because you're too big and you're too slow. They can just hit you with a railgun. They can hit you with a a boom tube, and they'll just kill you because the only way that you can actually kill somebody in that on the ground is hit them with bomb, or you have to go nose down, right? But if we had something like this, right? I'm just gonna shoot this gun real quick. If I had something like that, you know, people would take more cover if you know, they wouldn't just be outside.
Raise gear.
Feeling like comfortable enough to want to fight an F-16 with ground weapons, basically. I actually hope it does, because I want the world to see how bad the game actually is. I want people to see it. Alright, we need to deal with these ships out here before the naval reinforcements arrive. Like, we're working on a mission right now. It's called the Siege of Feldspar, and there's like an archipelago map. It's like a pretty much an open sea map where you have to defend a city and an airport from an invading fleet, and it's 100% chaos. Like, it's the way that it looks and feels. Like, I don't believe that you need a high fidelity game to have good immersion. I just think the gameplay needs to be good for immersion. I think that's the main thing that you need. Yeah, they sink our ship, so I definitely need to get over here now. Take out these two things. Yeah, it's an actual siege. Like, there's there's like a super carrier, a light carrier, 10 destroyers, like 10 corvettes, a bunch of little small boats. I could actually show you. Do you guys actually want to see the mission? I could show it to you. Put ones in the chat if you want to see the mission that me and Kenneth are working on, or one of them. Alright, time to defend being shot at. Need to get down behind this mountain. And we're gonna... I can fly with such great anticipation. Even though I'm slow right here, I'm still gonna be able to come up and shoot again. Even though I only had a few. I can dip down. Ah! I'm pretty sure. But as you can see here, the missiles, they're not in afterburner. They're gliding in now. And that's because the missiles actually do missile things. They have a glide phase. We gotta try that again. use this jet. I can carry a little bit more munitions on this one. I could probably use AGM 99s, but those are expensive, so I'm gonna be economical here. And then we're gonna go with scimitars, scythes, and MMR S2s, because those turn really, really good. Or S3s, I mean. But we're going to put the doubles on there. And a full load of fuel. Yeah, you know, it's not like CIG didn't sell dropships, right? Oh, we got so many NPCs on this side of the map. I can't see. F-15. This is basically F-15EX. I really need to land and get this thing off because it's like making the signature of my jet like massive. Got a KR-67 up. We need to kill him. FS-12 up. Need to kill him too. I need to land real quick. Switch my loadout. Is he over there? Is he over there? Actually, I don't want to risk that. I need to really get a sortie in. Well, I know exactly what's happening over there. What's happening over at Cloud Imperium Games is essentially this, right? Like like you can tell, like they've had discussions about the backers complaining about the game before, and they've said negative things about the player base. Like
Raise gear.
this point is to me pretty glaringly obvious, right? So when you have a company that has allowed its employees to say bad things about the player base, this is how you get things like that live stream in which they were talking so much shit about all of the backers to the project, saying that, oh, we're just gonna complain and Knight Rider's gonna have his work cut out for him, like all that kind of shit. That just tells you like the work environment, and now they have to work hard, right, to change that image. And that's why, and this is why, exactly why we're seeing so much of Chris Roberts right now. That's why they did the inside CIG. That's why they did the letter from the chairman, right? Because they understand that their public perception is not good right now, and they need good public perception for the project to essentially continue. Because without good public perception, people are no longer going to back the project. And that's just like the reality of what we're dealing with. So one of these doesn't have that fucking. Oh, it's the front one, I think. I think it's this one. No, it was this one. It's the Rep and Bay. That was messed up. Better. Alright, and you go after these jets. Sanitize the airspace. Another sub, appreciate that. We're gonna immediately turn on the that guy. FS20 scimitar for him. Oh, this is gonna be close. Yes, I'm streaming right now, so I can't host. So you're gonna have to host. Let me get in the voice chat. There we go. I've already shot at him. He's dead. Oh, it's gonna hit me. Oh, it's too far, too far, too far, too far. I want these. I'm in voice chat, cut up whenever you're ready. Ooh, dark reach. Dark reach, dark reach. Definitely has to go. Oh, I didn't see them there. I need to defend real quick. Dude, this might be like my little go-to jet now. Like, this thing is so good. I've got an FS-12 on my 6. I think I can outrun him, though. Get some distance. We're technically in a merge right now. He's just on my 6. Actually, let's Fox 2. Beautiful, beautiful. What up, Ken? I'm about to see you there in voice chat.
Yeah, not much. What's up, man?
Chilling, bro. You know how we do? Ooh, I got hit. Which mission are you thinking about loading up? I mean, we could do confrontation, but you probably just have to make it like give them a bunch of enemy AI. That way, like we could actually complete it and not have it bug out. But confrontation's kind of easy though, especially
Yeah, we could do siege.
Oh shit! I need to send you the new siege file then. Well, let me do that.
I made some changes to this one I have.
Okay. Okay. I'll just go to the menu. Wait for you to invite me. I'm gonna get some water real quick while you do that. Just give me 1 second. Be right back, y'all. All right. As you guys can see, then I'm back. Bro, it's so hot. We have like a
Welcome back.
little heat wave. This new place that I'm at. That I've been living here for the past like year or so.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cause like, I used to live closer to the coast, but now I'm more inland in the valley, and it's super fucking hot. And it doesn't help that this place has poor airflow, so even opening the window wouldn't help. But I have solar, so I mean, I'm not really worried about running AC.
I sent you the invite, by the way.
Oh shit! All right. I can't select anything. Let me quit it real quick. Yeah, I can't join the match. I can watch you play though.
Relaunch it.
All right. You think I was thinking like, you think it could be like a thing with a ping as well? Because you're like, my internet's kind of unstable.
It's a possibility. Invite it.
Yeah, I got it. There we go. This is the mission that we came up with. A real siege. I want to use the F-15, but that thing just has no stealth. Like, as soon as you take off, you're going to be getting shot at by missiles. Ooh, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, but Vindication feels good, though, man. Let me tell you.
Right. They didn't want to hear it. You know. They're saying you're wrong, you're dumb, you don't know nothing, and yet here we are.
Yep. that fucking bug again.
Yeah, won't let you load them out.
Yeah. I only ever get that bug on the archipelago map. I don't know why it does that. So it's gonna be F-15. I'm just gonna have to dodge missiles. But this jet's fast and it turns good, so. Did you push them further back on yours? Are they still at the same like launching location?
Everybody but the carrier.
So we might
You
actually
push the carrier back.
be able to try to flank them maybe. What we really need to do is a larger play test and get some people to like be on opposite teams and see how that balances out with the mods and stuff.
Right.
Because you know, like it's easy to say, okay, like well, it works like this in co-op, but we might run into issues because I think sometimes the other carrier doesn't like really spawn stuff. Because like I was looking at it earlier this morning, and the other carrier was not spawning jets. So that's something that I gotta look into.
Yeah, the other one might need some factories put down.
Yeah. This thing is desyncing from the beginning though. I can even buy a jet. Might be because I'm streaming, having issues. I think that really the issue is just my internet. It's just not good.
Yeah, because if you can't get a plane, then it's cooked.
Yeah.
'Cause if you try to leave and come back, it's not gonna let you connect.
Let me just restart my game real quick. Something that we're used to.
Remember that bug at the beginning talking about
Yeah.
client issues? Here they are.
Yeah, they crashed right into each other. Let me see. I mean, I can always watch you play it. Cuck mode. I'm not even getting anything loading up now. I can look at their missiles.
Yeah, let's try launching it again. Try this up one more time.
But this is a real early access game, and from a small studio, so they can be forgiven.
Invite sent.
Got it. All right, I can join this time. I can buy a jet. We might be back, boys. I can buy a jet. But you know what? I'm not even gonna mess with the Ifrit. Are the Ashims cheap? Another 135 or 2 million.
Yeah, they're kind of expensive, like 99s.
99s are 1.25 million a piece. Because like I said, even though like you're running mods, you still have to like watch your money because you can run out of money really really quick.
Oh yeah. Be broke before you even know it.
Yeah. Be like CIG. I can't believe he thinks 30. I mean, 35,000 people is a lot of people, right? But in the context of the wider gaming community, it's not. I mean, that might be good for them though. 35,000.
Yeah, also, you mean, depends on what you spent, you know. We got they're spending and developing like they're a AAA studio. So 35,000 is bad.
Yep.
You're in the red.
Let's turn off our. We gotta shoot down these FS41s because they have those
Yeah,
those AAM 45s and those things will absolutely wreck shop on us. Mine like on the in between the on the grass between the runways. Mine has like a bunch of artillery and R9 struggle lances.
I put a couple of artillery out at the end of the runway.
Fox 3x4. And I'm already getting into a defensive position here. You guys can see this is the fleet that's protecting the island. And this is about to get fucking crazy and laggy. That's a Ram 45 coming at me, I'm pretty sure. I should have put
When the
more.
fight first breaks out, it gets real laggy.
But it's epic though. It looks crazy.
But it calms down
Yeah.
after the first couple barrages go out.
Or if you have like a 5090 or a really good GPU, it probably won't be that bad. Alright, got an EW25 Medusa. 19 miles, Fox 3. I'm gonna defend here. I should put more fuel in here. I always forget this thing doesn't come with a lot of fuel. There's another Medusa. We also have a. I'm gonna turn back. I'm gonna shoot this way and defend back towards my fleet. Boom. One down. Still don't have that many people watching anymore, but it's okay. But this jet that I'm flying right now, this one should be like what the Hurricane is in Star Citizen. Twin engine. Fast as hell in a straight line, good maneuverability.
Raise gear.
it's gonna land. I want more fuel because you know me. I like to be on my afterburner. It's kind of the only way you can dodge missiles, especially when they have those Ram 45s, those AM 45s.
Yep, so I got my
Here we go. Look at that.
salvo at the...
Look at that.
Yep.
You see that huge
Here
salvo
comes
coming
the
out?
Missile spam.
Yeah.
Yep.
But again, like you can see those missiles launching, right? But they're not staying in their burn phase forever. You know what I mean? So, and then like we can watch. You can see like how these missiles are actually in their glide phase. They're gliding to the target. Some of them do have a dual stage booster where they'll once they go terminal, they'll turn their boosters back on. But the vast majority don't. Like, you know, 98. See, this looks absolutely insane. Cinematic as hell. Oh, I forgot to put more fuel in my jet. That's the whole reason I landed. Start to fit. I might have a little bit more time to find a couple more targets.
Put some pressure in on the boats.
Yep. Stay here. Defend here against. Fleet, you want to shoot those missiles down or not?
They may not be able to. We got their hands full right now.
I got him. Just took him a while. Box 3. Can't tell me this doesn't look fucking epic. They're like Star Citizen missiles right now. I don't know if you see my stream, but the missiles are going
Them all
crazy.
buzzing around you. Yeah.
Alright, frames are kind of chilling out now, so I'll need to, I don't have enough range for these. Might have to probably land and go with some 99s.
MRTB.
I think they want me dead. All these missiles on me. Yeah, I might be cooked here.
Left engine stalled. Right engine fire.
Lower gear.
Got too far away from the fleet. Did you put more jackknives out on this one too, or no? I kind of want to get the 111s out, the Nemesis, but
I don't think they have enough flares.
it's only 44. Should be alright. Oh, three-wheeling. Let's launch some 99s. I think their aircraft are not launching again. I think their runway or something might be messed up. Flight deck. That's why I kind of wanted to give them like more places to spawn at. Cause then,
Probably started spawning freaking tanks and shit on it.
yeah, probably. Another barrage. Here, I'm gonna go with a pure 99 loadout then, since I don't have any more jets up. Maybe just carry a couple of Fox 2s. Are you launching Ashims or 99s?
99s.
Alright.
Raise gear.
What are those?
I have no idea what they're launching. We launched them right after takeoff.
Yeah. Those might be like those ballistic missiles.
Yeah. Pile drivers,
Yeah.
probably.
Get a little bit of altitude. I don't want these things to hit the water, because that does happen sometimes. Something pinning.
Left engine fire. Stall.
I'm gonna try to go for everything on their right side.
All right. Want to give me a second to get up in the air and stuff? I can hit him with large saturation.
All right. I can take off and stay low. Fly back around the mountain. I'm right behind you, actually.
This should hopefully be enough runaway.
Okay, enough. I see you down there.
I gotta get high and circle around.
I'm gonna launch anyway.
We have a gunboat right in front of our fleet.
Do they?
Yeah.
Defending, because I gotta reload. Or let the thing.
And on target.
Got one.
Nice.
Right engine fire.
They got
Left
me.
engine fire.
Destroyer, don't leave me
Might
behind.
take a second. So if you can get in back in the air quick enough, you can launch with my bombs.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't change it to
Wait,
where we
let me
have to
change.
kill all to end the mission, right?
No. I didn't mess with mission parameters.
All good. So all we have to do is kill that one on the end to win the match. And the carrier in the back.
In the carrier, yeah. Yes, that's the new Stingray, right?
It's better than the Stingray.
Right engine fire.
CIG wishes they can make ships this good.
They kept one of their ships way out there. Look how they're surrounding our fleet. They're using the tactics. Oh yeah, this is why they can't launch. Look, in my stream, the nose of the carriers in the water.
Wait for it to catch up. Yep.
It's like halfway sunk. So if we can get them like a couple of like extra carriers out there in the back. Felipe, appreciate this, brother. You want to start hitting the? We should go after this frigate on the right out here. That's all by itself. Single him out.
Yeah, I can sink his ass real quick. I can oversaturate his ass.
It's a saturation game. Do you fly with this? Do you fly with the stability assist off?
On ships that can't turn it off on, yeah. But ships like this don't have it.
Or I'm launching on that one on the right. And I'm gonna defend to the right here. There's an island over there. I can use for cover. Shot at me.
Take care of him. For you over here. Okay. Have my ship deleted itself. Love it.
Yeah. You know, those things, you know, Skim has consequences. You gotta remember that's not Star Citizen. Just can't, you know, have massless objects.
Shoot what I can off.
Must have fucking required me.
Right engine stall. Left
That
engine
are
fire.
ganked by a railgun. So they are about in that range now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, railguns are dangerous when accurate in this game. Especially the slower aircraft. But they're not cheese like in Star Citizen. Yeah, our fleet's been sunk, so.
glide bonds take forever to get over there.
Really, yeah.
But they're almost there.
Yeah, he's having a bad day. It's what the Kraken wishes it could be.
There he goes.
If he's down.
I'm gonna try to take off backwards.
That's what I do. I try to take off towards the hills.
It's just hard for me to take off like that because I'm weighed the fuck down.
Somebody has an MC260.
Yes, I'll just take off across the side of the runway.
If you put a railgun on one of those, if you can get high enough, this thing is pretty nasty.
Oh, I actually took off. Nice.
Pull up. Pull up. Terrain.
Right.
Terrain. 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 I'm above you.
If
I'm
this
turning.
motherfucker would, yeah. So if this motherfucker would be screaming. Start my turn.
Start defending here real quick. Try to get back around the island. Give myself enough time.
What I like about this ship, it's hard for them to get
Detect
missiles
it.
on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just gotta look out for rails.
The semi-actives are not hard to deal with as long as you have terrain to mask you. Give yourself enough time. The thing with this flight model is like you can fly with really good anticipation. It's like I don't have to think too much about what I'm doing. I can just do it.
Right.
Like I know
They
exactly.
fly like how you feel they should.
Yeah. You can feel the flight. I don't want to get too fast. I want to enough time here. Punch that afterburner. Get low, get fast. And just like that, they lose lock. I cannot. I got a few of them there. I'm gonna land here real quick. Just stay kind of low though. We have landing cams in this
Raise
game as well.
gear.
I don't know if you guys have seen that throughout the stream or not. Getting more of their ships now.
Yep.
They're also running low on munitions. I was also thinking about giving them a pallet, but I don't know, like, again, like, I kind of want to really test the mission with, you know, the community here. This is the Hurricane.
Over here to these bunkers.
This is what Squadron 42 wishes it could be. Yeah, they only have like Sea-Wiz and shit left. When they get hot so they can't shoot at me.
Try to go for the final blow here.
Yeah, I'm defend towards here, towards Hoghead.
We only got 3 ships left.
Yeah, there's a line of missiles going in. My 99s are going in at them right now. Give them some more though. Defend here again because I don't want to get too far away from the island. Over in 70 knots. Burning here.
Here goes.
Yep.
Jeez.
Just clean up now.
That should do it.
I got a whole bunch of 99s going in too.
Yeah, they're done for.
Yeah, I'm looking at them here on camera.
Yeah, I'm flying in so I can get them my on my little TV screen here.
I have them on mine as well. Look, I know what you're shooting at me for. You better be shooting the missiles coming at you.
Yes, big wizards. Yeah, they're stopping all your 99s. A couple of them are gonna hit. Boom. You hit the one on the left. Surprised he's still floating.
Right engine fire. Stall.
They're locking you up.
Yeah, they're shooting at me.
My growler's bug. There it goes.
These are hitting.
I mean, they should. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Looking like the day of 4th of July down there.
I'm too far away. I
I
can't
can't
see it
even
on my
see
camera
him.
yet.
Just
Oh, I can see it
too
now.
much smoke
Yeah.
all around him.
There's
There's one.
Dynamo class destroyers down.
Yeah, he's rolling over.
Yep.
There he goes.
It's a victory for the good guys. Right?
There we go. That's the siege. Get my last little sortie in.
Form up on you real quick. Where you at? There you are. You going too fast. Broke the wings.
can recover. We didn't like me hitting air brakes.
Yeah, you're probably going too fast. You're probably going mock Jesus.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to pick up speed to get out of the
Raised
stall.
gear.
Cue the battlefield music.
Right?
Oh yeah, because those launchers you have are really heavy on the wings. But you're kind of
Oh, yeah, they're. Nah, she's tumbling too much.
because you're supposed to be able like to point the nose directly down, kill the engines, and then, but you don't have any lifting. Your lifting surfaces are pretty much done. You're in a flat spin.
Yep. That's it. GG's. We're in a
Yeah.
spin.
Washing machine. Eject. Eject. Terrain. Pull up. Pull up.
Fuck that.
Pull
I'm
up.
the captain.
Pull up.
I go down with my ship.
All right, guys, it's going to be the stream. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.